All my crew thick down there in Chesapeake, man.
Just crew thick down there, I know.
But yo, for me, I feel like, Mac, for you, like, all right, I cannot stand Facebook, you know, but for the the technology advancement, you know, it's part of the reason why we have this podcast. So, you know, I made my mind up a long time ago. I said that, you know what, if it doesn't make business sense for me, I'm not going to put stuff out on Facebook and Twitter. You know, I look at Jay-Z's Facebook, and he's not talking about, oh, I just woke up this morning and had eggs. What up, y'all? Like, you know, Jay-Z's like, hey, Rock Nation, buy this. I'm going to be here. You know, Barclays Center. Like, it's business. It makes sense for his life moving forward. And that's what I'm using these networks for. And I had to, like, restart my whole social networking on Twitter because, like, I made the mistake that, you know, that a lot of us make, and we just friend everybody. You know, went to high school, all right, friend. And then before you know it, you got a whole bunch of people that you just do not understand what they're talking about, and it just becomes spiritually draining almost.
Yeah.
So I hear you all the way, man. And I had to just like my Facebook is just basically for this podcast, you know, and Twitter I use a lot more for like news and updates, and you know, I check your stuff out on Twitter, and you know, I use Twitter in that way. And I had to restart like who I was friending on Twitter. So like my friends on Twitter list is like A1. It's bulletproof. Like it's all people that have common interests that I have. So it's a lovely experience. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that took me learning myself and then learning, okay, how can I maneuver in this social media world? So for a kid, I mean, God, you know, good Lord, I mean, that has to be 10 times as harder. You know? Right. So man, we can slide.
I'm a victim to social media too, but I mean, I don't know, like it's there. There's nothing we can do about it, but it's going to impact. I think it's going to impact the world negatively, but it's just going to be there.
It is definitely going to be there.
I think it's where we make it. You know what I mean? You know, I look at it like majority of people out here is like followers and like clowns and stuff. Not a lot of people that's just like leaders. It's just not what society is based off. It's like anything, whether it's music, whether it's innovation, politics. Like majority of people just follow and just go along and get along. So I think that's what we're seeing from social media is a bunch of followers pushing certain agendas and certain people. My thing is just to get in the group of the innovators. I believe that the world revolves around producers and consumers. I think consumers are followers. They're never going to do nothing different. They're always going to follow the trend. Producers is like, the example was like Jay-Z, Steve Jobs, people like that. They produce. Young people that's opening to do that started Snapchat. They produce it. I think the average people out here is like more so consumers. I just don't want to get caught up in the consumer box. And I did that this summer when I was trying to talk about Drake and Meek. I was a consumer. I was talking to a bunch of consumers. Like
Exactly. It's a cesspool. It's a straight cesspool. All right, man. So we'll slide into our last topic, and this is something that we call the exam. And we did it for Ghostface Killah. That was the first artist we did. So now we're going to do Nas, and we're going to examine the artist's entire career through 3 short questions. And we'll start with the first question, and we'll go in the order. So the first question is, Nas, what was your favorite / best album from the artist? And whoever can start can go.
I don't know. The average person they would always say Illmatic, but none of his albums. It's the Lost Tapes.
Lost Lost Taste, okay.
Lost Tapes is like, I love Illmatic. But again, when Illmatic came out, I was in sixth, seventh grade. So it's only but too much I could comprehend and like really dig at that album from that age. I mean, I was loving it and I was like memorized it. But as I got older, like the Lost Tapes was just something that I played the whole joint through, and I basically knew who I was as a man already. I was growing into that, and I listened to that, so it was much more, understandable for me. So I say the Lost Tapes.
What about you, Mac?
Like you said, with the Illmatic thing, everyone says it, and that is one of his best albums. But I like, because of the age I was when I started listening to Nas. I was born in '93, and I started listening to Stillmatic, and this is like, through the Jay-Z and Nas East, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to Jay-Z before I even knew who Nas was. You know what I'm saying? And then when Ether came out, it was like, whoa. Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude talking way more, he has way more conscience than what I'm listening to. And so I think Ether was on Stillmatic. And so I started listening to Stillmatic, and then, like tracks like Rewind and et cetera.
Rewind's
so
excellent.
I had to say Stillmatic because that was what I was really getting into Nas. So it put an impact that made me listen to his music, even though, because Illmatic came out way before that. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, it's a tough one too for me. I really enjoy Godson. I really enjoy It Was Written. The Lost Tapes is like, man, that's like that's the Harriet Tubman, you know what I mean? That's the Underground Railroad, you know what I mean? But I gotta go with Illmatic. I mean, that's clearly his best, album. Just for the b-boy aspect. I mean, it's just a perfect album,
Yeah.
And like Armand, I was young. I was like in 4th grade, 5th grade. So, I was limited on what I could actually grasp. But I remember Video Music Box, It Ain't Hard to Tell, and then The World Is Yours. And then what we would do, we would tape the Video Music Box episodes. So like we could listen to it anytime, like, and you would just put the VHS on and then like just play it all day, like, you know what I mean. So it was almost like having your own YouTube, kind of, sort of. But yeah, Illmatic is and it's timeless, bro. Like, it's timeless. It's just like a lot of rap songs that I listened to when I was younger. I'm not gonna hold you. Like a lot of stuff I don't listen to as much. Like a lot of the Locks and D Block stuff, I tend to listen to less now, just because of the aggressive nature that was in that music, and I don't really consistently live that life now as, me being an adult now. And like, not to throw any shade on that type of music, because I love the Locks, but I just don't. It doesn't formulate with my life on an everyday basis. Whereas like Illmatic, I can always, if I'm on my lunch break, I can put in Illmatic, and it won't take my mind too far out of what I need to do with my professional side of things. If y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's Illmatic would be for me. So we'll go to the second question, and that is, did the artist reach their potential? So we can start, and then Mac, you can go after.
No.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
Ooh.
To me, him and Jay-Z should be like equal. I think it took me a while to come around to this, that I think Nas is lyrically better than Jay-Z. But I think Jay-Z mastered everything that he got on, and he mastered the business. I don't think Nas did that. I think Jay-Z touched on things, like he did club songs,
They on East Coast.
Like,
VA on East Coast time.
When they was like kind of making a push, he didn't adjust his music to that. I think Nas is trying to play with some of that stuff, like with You Owe Me and Genuine. I mean, like he's trying to play with some of this hot stuff. And I think that he stayed in his lane and always rocks with Dr. Dre, Premier, Havoc, and he kept spitting the stuff that he just spit like an old school New York East Coast bull. I spit better than everybody. I think, he went further into the Stafford. Don't get me wrong, he up there. But he just got an award from Harvard. So, don't get it twisted that he ain't up there.
And he started the
Jay-Z just went to the pearly gates on everybody. Hold up. Y'all down there, I'm over here. I'm at the White House.
He started the Queensbridge.
I'm up there. What rapper going to be at any inauguration?
He just started the Queensbridge Fund too, like a couple weeks ago. Like he put like $1 million investment. It's like the Queensbridge. Y'all can look it up, but it's pretty impressive. But go ahead, Armand.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah. What about you, Mac?
Nah. And I mean, looking back on it, because Nas was before, when he was in his prime, it was before my time,
Mm-hmm.
So, but when I look back at it, it's like I was asking questions. I'm gonna say no because I was asking myself questions like, why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? Like it's not like you said, Jay-Z just he has more relevance. Like he has more of an empire, and Nas, it's nobody, because I don't see Nas having what Jay has, but like y'all said, there should be equal.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a label, under Nas that's going head to head with The Rock now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it should be like that.
Interesting, man. Interesting. I thought both of y'all would say yes, but I'm gonna say no too. Interesting, man.
He's too talented not to be way further. And as far as like being a boss in hip hop and being a boss even outside of hip hop now, like he's one of the best. I thought he was better than Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was easily better than Biggie. That's why when Biggie got the list of the year, he was like, Biggie kept it real, like, I ain't deserve that. He said, did you hear Illmatic? He said, it's dumbed out. He said, you need to get that to him.
Yeah.
He admitted it, like, no, I don't get no list of the year. Nas get that. So I think Nas, if a legend like that said that about you, he never said that about Jay-Z.
Mm-mm.
You should be way past somebody that I don't know. I just think I could be biased, but I hold him so high up.
Well, I think we're very qualified to talk about this because we are Nas heads. You know what I'm saying? So, Nas is on my wall as we speak in my living room. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem being subjective or objective. But
I had a Caesar cut forever. I had a close on the side, dark on the top with a hook part.
Come on, man. He started that.
Come on, man. That was because of Extra Ball 600.
Exactly.
Y'all have Nas, I got Cole. You know what I'm saying? And Cole always talking about Nas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's the tree.
Cole is basically the next generation Nas.
That's the family tree, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But